Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you the electroplating of chromium. This is belong to the engineering chemistry VTU. Chromium is one of the widely used metal in electroplating industries. In the field of electroplating, two types of chromium are employed. They are decorative chromium and hard chromium. That means here, in the field of metallurgy or metallurgical industries, there are two types of chromium used for various applications. That is in order to manufacture the surgical instruments, in order to manufacture the various types of piston rings and other reaction vessels and various applications. The chromiums are chromium employed in the type of hard and decorative chromium. So now in this video, I'm going to explain how to do this electroplating of chromium over the surface of some other metals, any other metals, such as that is usually called by the name hard or that is base metals. Now, coming to the first step, pre-treatment. So under this step, before the application of the electroplated coatings, it is essential to clean the surface of the base metal. The impurities present on the surface like grease, oil, oxide layer, dust, etc. are removed by solvent cleaning or alkali cleaning or mechanical cleaning. That means here, before the electroplating of chromium, before deposition of a chromium over any of the base metal, we need to clean the surface of a base metal. For example, if you want to coat a layer of chromium over the iron, so iron becomes the base metal. The surface of the iron we have to clean. This cleaning is called by the name pre-treatment, and it can be done either by the alkali cleaning or solvent cleaning or mechanical cleaning. Mechanical cleaning means rubbing using some brushes or washing. Alkali cleaning means using any of the alkalis, sodium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate, or sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Using any one of the alkalis, we are going to remove the impurities. Similarly, solvent, you with the help of any organic solvent or any other solvents, we are going to remove the impurities. We are going to remove the dust. We are going to remove the grease content. The step is called by the name pre-treatment. So after the pre-treatment, we'll go to the second step in which actual procedure will start. The procedure will be like this, and whatever the procedure we are following, it is applicable for decorative chromium and hard chromium, both. Bath composition, first point in the procedure, bath composition means what are the solutions we are going to take in order to do electroplating of chromium. That is the meaning of bath composition. Here we are going to mix up the chromic acid and sulfuric acid. 250 gram of chromic acid or ml, 250 ml of chromic acid plus 2.5 ml of sulfuric acid. And the temperature is employed here 45 to 60 degrees centigrade for the decorative chromium, 45 to 55 degrees centigrade for the hard chromium. And the current density, that is the current passing through in unit area, that is called by the name current density. Usually it is expressed in the unit amps per meter square. Here the current density for the decorative chromium is 145 to 430 amps per meter square, and for the hard chromium 290 to 580 amps per meter square. Anode, insoluble anodes like lead and antimony. Why not the chromium is used as anode? That is our the primary doubt. So I will come to this answer at the end of the explanation of electroplating of chromium. Now, as of now, procedure anode, insoluble anodes like lead and antimony are used. Cathode, object to be electroplated. Whatever the object we want to electroplate, that is used as that is made as cathode. Now, coming to the mode of plating, that is the step number 3. In the beginning, the plating bath contains CrO3, in which Cr is in +6 oxidation state. Chromic oxide in which chromium is in the +6 oxidation state. What happens here? This +6 oxidation state of a chromium is reduced to the +3 oxidation state in the presence of a SO4 2- furnished by the sulfuric acid. How we got the SO4? We mixed with the sulfuric acid, no, with chromic acid. So here sulfuric acid dissociates to give sulfate ions, SO4 2-. The sulfate ion helps in the reduction of the oxidation state of chromium from +6 to the +3. Further, Cr3 plus ions are reduced to the elemental chromium, which gets deposited on the surface of a cathode or the object to be electroplated. Then the reactions taking place are given as follows. Here the fourth steps is the study of the reactions. 2H2CrO4 chromic acid, 2 molecules of chromic acid, gives rise to the formation of dichromic acid plus water. Further, dichromic acid dissociates to give dichromate ion Cr2O7 2- along with 2 hydrogen ions. Then further, again the dichromate ion undergo reduction in the presence of 6 electrons and 14 hydrogen ions and gives 2 Cr3 plus and 7s2O. At the end, Cr3 plus ion undergo further second time reduction to give elemental chromium, and this elemental chromium going to deposit over the surface of the object or the cathode. That we call it as electroplated chromium. So last one, applications. So we have different application for different chromium like hard and decorative. Coming to the decorative chromium application, it provides a durable finish on the cycles, automobile parts, furnitures, household fittings, aircraft, surgical instruments, etc. And also the secondly, hard chromium is used in the manufacture of cutting tools, piston rings, cylindrical liners, etc. Here we have one note. As I said earlier, why not chromium are used as a chromium anodes are used as the anode material? The answer for that question is chromium anodes are not used in chromium plating because chromium metal deactivates strongly in the acid medium. Therefore, usually insoluble anodes such as lead and antimony are used in the place of chromium. This is what the answer for that. Thank you all.